Hello everyone, Ian here, aka Ruffled Bricks, aka Toxic Shame Squadron, aka Remix Review Guy, aka Budget Hulk. So, if you've watched my Twitch channels, you may have noticed that I have not streamed for about 3 weeks now. And if your only source of my content is this YouTube channel, then the last activity was even longer ago. As you might be able to tell from my surroundings, I no longer live in the apartment where I've done my streams and YouTube videos for the last 4 years. Not my choice. The landlord kicked us all out. He wanted the entire apartment back to himself because he's a landlord. He doesn't have to explain himself, does he? So this is temporary accommodation that I've been offered for a couple of months whilst I look for a new place to rent long term. This place doesn't have Wi-Fi, so I've had to source my own short term, and due to budgetary restrictions, the package that I currently have is not sufficient to stream with. Which is a shame, because I have a Worms Armageddon deathmatch world record to try and reclaim, and to be honest with you, I can't really do that without Twitch chat to blame for all my mistakes. Like, I could record it privately here, but if it went wrong, then I'd only have myself to blame, and that doesn't work for me, brother. Wrong Hulk. So I'm currently using the spare time I have to find accommodation, find a job, and when I'm not doing those things, edit some YouTube videos. Now, a lot of my focus is currently on my other YouTube channel, Remix Review Guy. This is where a lot of my focus has been for the last year and a half, and regardless of your music taste or how much you think you hate remixes, I think it's got some pretty solid videos on it that should appeal to literally everyone. Music fans especially, you know, but like, I have to cast my net as wide as possible here. What I can also announce though is that the lack of streaming has meant that I've finally found a little time to record the fabled Worms Armageddon special weapons and utilities videos that I kind of promised about 2 years ago now and never got round to. So I'll be committing those to video in the next week or so. I have no idea when they'll actually be edited and uploaded by. I do need to shore up my Worms Armageddon footage file again, given that I lost a lot of my previous replays in a PC crash last year. And I'll be honest, once they're done, I can't promise you will enjoy the finished videos as much as the long wait would dictate that you probably should. You know, it might end up being the Silk Song of Worms content. I hope if you're watching this in a year's time, that joke didn't end up being grounded in reality. But yeah, you know, I'm going to be recording them soon, so that's something. There's some other stuff I'd like to do on this channel. I very much want to make a highlight reel of my recent 16-hour Cult of the Lamb speedrun. A fun little endurance challenge that I did last month that I think resulted in quite an interesting emotional roller coaster of a run. So look out for that. And also, I've got a bunch of first playthroughs that I recorded on my Twitch channel. I've been just sitting around on my hard drive for ages, and I kind of need to clear some space, so I think I might just upload them to this channel and look forward to the barrage of comments asking me why it isn't a Worms video. But anyways, wherever I end up living next and whatever lifestyle changes I need to make to get there may mean that I can go back to streaming regularly, or they may not. I don't want it to be the latter outcome, but financially I am not currently in a position where I can prioritise such things for the foreseeable. And you know, just to be clear, this is not a plea for donations. If you do want to donate to my Ko-fi account, then the link's in the description, and it's genuinely all appreciated. I don't think my work in this sphere has been consistent enough to justify me asking for an entire deposit for a house. But if you've ever enjoyed my content and thought, well, that seems worth the price of a falafel wrap or a packet of crisps, and you can spare that amount, then it'll help with some day-to-day stability whilst I figure out what the hell happens next in my life. But yeah, that's just an update of where I'm at right now. TLDR, my current internet sucks, I'm working on it. I will try and make some non-stream based content in the meantime. Yeah, thanks for watching. This announcement is over.